Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, as always, we want to give all praise, all glory, and all honor
to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and love and peace and salutations to you, hopeful elect brothers out here pushing this truth across the four corners of the globe. It's the Indianapolis camp. You know, we're going to come today on the subject of suffering for Yahawashi, man. Because we're going to have to go through, we're going to have to suffer for his name's sake, first of all right? And it's not going to be an easy task for us, all right? We gotta fight off the world, all right? Scripture say, if we was of the world, the world loved their own. Right. But us not being of this world, I mean, which means not under these doctrines and under these philosophies and all these other things, that the world is going to treat us differently, all right? We're not going to be buddy-buddy with the world. The scriptures also tell us to not be unequally yoked with unbelievers, all right? We have to distance ourselves from the world, all right? And the scriptures, when he speaks like that, it's for a reason. That's a warning. These are things that we have to abide by, all right? Y'all got the scripture,
something.
bro?
Yeah, this is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 12. It says, yea, and all that live godly in Yahawashi Mashiach shall suffer persecution.
Gonna suffer persecution, man. And all the older, what is that word I'm looking for? The prophets before us, they all suffered persecution, man. All right? Like in Paul suffered a lot, man.
That's right.
What's that in 2 Corinthians? That's the one I want. 11. And I think it started at the 23rd verse. It's labeled some of the things that Paul has to have went through, man. All right? You got any more of that? Because I want to get that in Corinthians.
No, that's it.
Go ahead, bro. You got that?
Yeah, I got it. This 2 Corinthians 11 and 23. It said, well, I'm going to start at verse 22.
Okay.
Satan, boy. All right. This is 2 Corinthians 11, and I'm going to start at verse 22. Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I.
So we know Paul was an Israelite, all right? Because we got people out here saying Paul wasn't an Israelite, which he was. All right, go ahead.
Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I.
Okay.
It said, are they ministers of Hamashiach? I speak as a fool. I am more. In labors more abundant, in stripes above measure, in prisons more frequent, in deaths oft. Of the Jews 5 times received I 40 stripes, save one. Thrice was I beaten with rods, once was I stoned, thrice I suffered shipwreck, a night and a day I have been in the deep. In journeyings often, in perils of water, in perils of robbers, in perils by mine own countrymen.
Right, man. So he went through a lot. Paul was going through it, man. And we're going to have to go through it too, man. All right? We're going to have to suffer when we really dig into this truth and start serving the Lord the way we're supposed to be. It's not an easy thing at all, man.
That's right.
It really gets rough and it gets tough. Sometimes you don't even know how you're going to make it. All right? Your man be going crazy. I ain't gonna say going crazy, but your mind, it's hard to deal with certain situations, man. But like the bro always bring out, he said if you're going through it, man, I mean you can get through it.
That's right.
Brother cannot. He say that a lot. But if you're going through it, you can get through it, man.
That's right.
All right?
And actually your mind do be going crazy. Because sometimes Satan could plague your mind so bad, you feel like you're on the verge of a mental breakdown, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I done been there before, you know? Satan put things in your mind to make you think things are when they're not, you know what I'm saying? To where you feel like everybody's against you, the whole world against you, your wife, your children, even brothers. You know, Satan put in your mind even brothers against you. So you do actually be on the verge of a mental breakdown.
That's right.
But you know why? You're not calling on the name of Yahawashi, because as soon as you call on the name of the Lord, guess what? He delivered you from it, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro.
This is 1 Peter 4:1. For as much then as the Mashiach hath suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourself likewise with the same mind. For he that hath suffered in the flesh hath ceased from sin.
He suffered he gave his life for us, man. All right, he was beaten, spit on, ridiculed, anything that you can name. He went through it, man. That's why we ain't got no excuse. We have no excuse, man. The Lord is not going to deal with no excuses from us, man.
That's right.
All right, and our man, we got excuses, but they're just Satan, man. And you have to learn how to fight Satan, bro.
Right.
And then you fight him with the word.
Right.
All right, because the scriptures say, one of my favorite scriptures is John 4:8.
That's right.
He said, "If you draw nigh unto me, I will draw nigh unto you." All right. So when you start getting into this word, and that's how you build your faith up. Also, it says in Hebrews, faith come by hearing of the word.
That's right.
So this you got tools, man, but you're going to suffer. You're going to go through it. It's not going to be an easy task. What's Sirach 2:1 say?
I'm finna get there too. Earlier, I'm finna get there. Did you want to expound on it, bro?
Read that again for me, bro. In that Peter.
This 1 Peter 4:1. For as much then as the Mashiach hath suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourself likewise.
All right. No, a servant is not greater than his master.
Mm-hmm.
So if he went through it, man, we're gonna have to go suffer some of those same persecutions, man. All right, we're gonna be put in jail. All right, and some brothers already have. All right, we're gonna suffer sicknesses. All right, it's some brothers that been through people shooting at them.
Mm-hmm.
All because of the name of the Lord, man.
Right.
Because they want to serve the Lord, man. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying financially,
God.
you know. And so financially it's hard sometimes, man. All right, especially if you got wife and kids and you got other people depending on you. You don't suffer, man.
Yeah.
And it said, you said, read that one part again, please. It said, arm yourselves.
Oh,
And like the brother was saying, you arm yourself, you put on that whole armor of God, man. All right, which is the word. All right, and that's what we're doing now. We arming ourselves for the time that's to come. All right, right now, like the scripture said, we suffering a light affliction. All right, this right here is light, man, because all hell from the break loose. Jacob trouble is right around the corner, man. All right, if we're on our watch, we know what's going on. All right, all the Arab countries now they turned against Iran. All right, so what you think that's finna lead to, man? You know, so Jacob trouble is right around the corner. Concentration camps are already built. They already in place to go, man. All right, so we got to put on the armor right now, man. All right, get the scriptures the scriptures be flowing through of us like living water. So if we do go to a concentration camp, the precepts we remember the word, man. All right, to help us get through, man.
that's why I said. That's why in the scripture it said, "Arm yourself likewise with the same mind." How do you arm your mind? By studying, by reading, so you can be prepared. You know.
I got that precept in your quoted, 2 Corinthians 5:17. It said, "For our light afflictions, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory."
That's right. So this little stuff we're going through right now, man. Well, it might be hard to us, man, but hey, we got to keep fighting and pushing because we know we got a reward coming, man. We got the best reward we can ever receive coming, man. That's the kingdom, man.
Well, what the scriptures say, I can do all things through YAHAWAH,
That's
who
right.
strengthens me.
That's right.
That's right, man. All things, man.
That's right.
You can get through anything, man.
That's
That's
right.
right.
All right, you're not in this fight alone, man. All right, but sometimes it feels like you're alone, man. All right.
Satan beating you down, and you think that like the brother was saying, because I do quote that a lot. But see, the scripture said the Lord not gonna put more on you than what you can bear, too, man. So that's why I said if you're going through, you can get through it because the Lord already know you can get through it because he letting you go through it, man. All right. I got a precept too.
Read that in Sirach for me.
That's all.
No, go ahead. Y'all can go get it. I just want to get that.
This Sirach 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Yeah, so you're gonna go through it, man. It's saying it's a warning. Prepare yourself, because you're gonna go through things that you probably wouldn't have to go through in the world, man. I know I've suffered and went through some things that I didn't experience when I was in the world. All right? I'm going to find the scripture.
That's because, see, even back then, we was part of the world.
That's right.
Scripture said the world love his own.
And I was going to bring that out.
Well, go ahead, bro.
This is 1 John 3:13.
I got it already for you.
When we talk about as far as the temptation, Yahawashi was tempted by Satan, right? So, you know, and then you got to look at it like that. If he was tempted, what is it for us to be tempted? He went through a lot, man. Okay?
Because just like we said, the world love his own. Even when we was going to church, we thought we were flowing in the spirit, but we wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Because even then, we thought the Lord was blessing us, but it was Satan giving us blessings. Because why? We were actually bowing down worshiping him. Even though we were ignorant to the fact, we didn't know that we was, because we thought we were worshiping the Lord, but yet the Lord still had his hand on us and then let Satan take us off this earth, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord was actually trying us through this fire, man. Because sometimes I sit back and reflect on my past life, you know, the shit I used to do in the world, people that used to come up against me, how the Lord took care of them, man. You know what I'm saying? So the whole time, really, the Lord was watching out for us, but he was allowing us to go through that trial and error, go through that fire to bring it to this point right here. Because a lot of us, even sitting at this table, we done been hungry, we done been homeless, we done been locked up, we done been shot at, we done been jumped on. So when the Lord brought us to this truth, guess what? It prepared us for the sufferings. Now we're suffering for righteousness.
That's right.
So when we go through things, we're able to deal with like, oh, yeah, I done been through that before. See what I'm saying? That's part of our testimony for Yahawashi. Even though things get hard for us still, we always reflect back on where the Lord brought us from, and it makes us appreciate this truth even more, man. Go ahead. You got that,
I got that 1 John.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
It's that 1 John 3:13. It says, "Marvel not, my brethren, if the world hates you." It says, "We
So
know."
don't be surprised, man. And when you in this truth, man, you ain't gonna people. If you really being spiritual, people in this world are not gonna be around you. They ain't gonna want to be around you.
That's right.
So if you got a lot of friends in this world, you trying to please the world, man, you need to really check yourself.
That's right.
All right, because you live in the wrong kind of lifestyle. Because these sinners shouldn't be comfortable around you.
That's right.
They shouldn't be wanting to be around you. Like my sister, she can't be around me 10 minutes without her saying, "I gotta get out of here." So I'm just saying, if you really into this truth, them sinners is not gonna dwell to you. They not gonna run. They not gonna flock to you. Why? Because your lifestyle and their lifestyles are contradictory. They contradict each other. All right. You're not gonna be buddies. You shouldn't really have too much to say unless you're speaking to them about the scriptures. You shouldn't be. Man, I say this all the time to my kids. They say, "Dad, why you don't never got all you got is the brothers coming over here?" He was like, our family can't even, they don't even come over here no more. They used to. I said, because my family don't come over here is because I live a totally different lifestyle. And once you let your light shine, Satan can feel it. People in this world can feel it.
Mm-hmm.
They know it. It's something different. I can't be around that. Just like when the brothers was all at my house one day and one of my wife's friend came over.
Yep.
She said, "I got to get up out of here." She couldn't even stand in there 5 minutes. That's the kind of vibe you're supposed to have. I don't have no friends in the world, man. Go ahead, bro.
She walked through the door. I remember she walked through the door. She had a Happy Mother's Day balloon in her hand. And she looked like, why y'all looking so angry at me? Ain't nobody said nothing to her. We just looked. You know what I'm saying? She's like, whoo. She's like, I got to get out of here. It don't feel right. I got to get out of here. Because it was spiritual men in there. Right, and we were looking at her, and she had that balloon. I don't know if it was Mother's Day or Happy Birthday or something. It was some pagan holiday. But anyway, she was like, why y'all looking so angry at me? I got to get out of here. I don't feel right in here. And she left. You know what I'm saying? We started laughing. Yeah, you walked into a den of lions, man.
That's right, man. She felt the spirit, though.
That's right.
That spirit, the brother's spirit and her spirit didn't agree.
It clashed.
It could. So we got to really be on point, man. Like if you, man, I can't, man. It's crazy because I wouldn't even want to go into this, but if the world is comfortable around you, you really need to check yourself because you're not flowing in the spirit. You're not flowing in the spirit. You flowing in your own little thing. All right, but I don't want to get off topic too much. Go ahead, bro.
It's like what the brother was saying. Like, you know, me and my sister had a falling out. Now when she come around, she don't sit around me that long. She really can't. She know I'm reading scriptures up. She know it. She know I'm reading scriptures up. So anything she say, I'm backing up with the scriptures. So, brother, he right, man. Like, our house be dead zones. Well, not dead zones because the spirit is in there, but we don't have no whole lot of people at our house.
I only have the brothers in my house. You know, my parents will come visit, but I only have the brothers at my house. I don't even have, my sister don't even come visit. She can't, if she do come, she'll stand in the doorway. She don't even really come in my house. But that's because she know the lifestyle that I live. But I'm going to get back on topic.
I got a scripture to back you up right quick. 2 Corinthians 6:14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion has light with darkness?
What communion, man? What fellowship does righteousness have with unrighteousness? That means y'all on two separate playing fields, man. Two separate ball games, man. All right, and I know we got women that are not in this truth, you know. But as far as other people, man, they shouldn't feel comfortable, man. And your wife really wouldn't feel comfortable either. She really watches her tone and the way she talks to you when you're in this truth, man. They're not comfortable. We're not here to make this world comfortable, man.
That's right.
Nor should we be comfortable in this world. What's that, Micah 2:10?
That's spirit. I just think that. Rise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
This is not our rest, man. Because it'll destroy you with a soil pollution, man. So we really got to, if we're gonna serve Yahawashi, man, we got to really serve him, man. We can't pick and choose what part of the Bible we want to live by. We got to live by the whole Bible, man. The scriptures tell us to eat the whole roll. Eat it, digest it, and live it. All right, you got something, bro?
Yeah, you actually this kind of do tie in with suffering because when you're of the Lord, your life is like solitude because you off to yourself because you're not participating in the BS of the world. So people will reject you because they know in their spirit you a righteous man, so they're not gonna hang around with you. You know what I'm saying? Don't no wicked person want to hang around with a righteous man. Because as soon as you mention something about the Lord, oh, I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is, man. And that's part of the suffering for Yahawashi because the Lord has cut us off from the world. We don't do the same thing we used to do back in the day when we used to hang with 2/3. See what I'm saying? This is Luke chapter 6, verse 22. It said, blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you and cast your name out as evil for the Son of Man's sake. That's part of the suffering too, man. Oh, who is this nigga think he is? Oh, goody two-shoe now? I remember when he used to sell dope.
That's right.
I remember when he used to pimp hoes. I remember when he was out here gang banging.
That's right.
Now he talking about he reading the Bible. He a man of the Lord. That nigga crazy. You see what I'm saying? Now they done spread your name through the mud like you evil because you standing up for righteousness, man.
That's why this truth ain't easy.
That's right.
All right, that's why a lot of people fall out because it takes discipline, and people don't want to discipline themselves. They want to hold on to the world, but still want to serve the Lord, man. And you can't do that. You can't do that.
That's right.
You have to really choose one or choose the other. What the scripture say? What fellowship does
matter of fact, that's still.
That's the way you really
Yep, it's still on here. Verse 15. And what concord has Yahawashi with Belial, or what part hath he that believeth with an infidel? infidel is a faithless person, an unbeliever. And what agreement have the temple of the Yahawah with idols? For ye are the temple of the living power, as the Most High have said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their power, and they shall be my people.
That's right. So what fellowship do you have? If you trying to serve Yahawashi, how are you mingling with the world? Because you know a lot of people want to make the world happy. You don't want to lose people. You want to be popular or whatever it is, man.
Mr. Likeable.
Mr. Likeable. That's what I'm looking for. Everybody, I need everybody to like me. That's some nigga shit, man. That's a nigga spirit.
It is, man.
That's a nigga. You still a nigga, actually. So you have to let all this stuff go, man. Because the scriptures clearly tell you, do not be around people that are not in this truth, man. It clearly, and it says it on more than one occasion. So he really meant it.
It says in the next verse.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 17. This is 2 Corinthians 6 and 17. Wherefore come out from among them and be ye separate, saith the Lord.
Saith the Lord, man. Say, Yahawashi, man. So if he said it, guess what? That's a commandment.
That's right. Yeah. It says, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. And see, when it's saying unclean thing, it ain't talking about just food. It's talking about actual people. Because when you're not in this truth, when you're not serving the Lord, you're actually unclean. What makes you clean? This word. See what I'm saying? Sure. The word makes you clean. And it says, what you gonna say, bro? Verse 18, and it said, and will be a father unto you, and ye shall be my sons and daughters, saith the Lord Almighty. So when you stop hanging around, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's balanced. We got to deal with 2/3, but it never should get to the point where you feel comfortable to go hang out at the bar with 2/3. Or 2/3 from your job, hey man, let's go to the bar and have some drinks. Right. It should never get to that level, man. Never. Now you may talk about stuff at work just to make the time go by, but it should never get to the point where you're comfortable with hanging out with 2/3, especially more than your brothers in the faith. It should never be like that. When it's getting like that, you need to start checking yourself. Damn, why am I not hanging with the brothers and I'm hanging with Larry from the job more than the brothers? Right. See what I'm saying? Now it's becoming a problem. That's why brothers should be examining themselves first of all anyway, right, to make sure you're still in the spirit.
Right.
You know, now I ain't gonna say you every day, get away from me, you heathen. No, you still gotta deal with people, but you gotta know how to deal with them on a certain level. You know they're not gonna deal with you on nothing spiritual. Now if they ask you a spiritual question, then you answer. You see what I'm saying? But you never get to the point where, you know what, you a cool dude, let's go hang out at the bar, or when's your son's birthday party? I'm gonna come visit. It should never be like that, man. You know?
You gotta just self-evaluate. All right? I go through moments where, you know, Satan jump on me to go hang out with people of this world, man. Old friends. All right? But you know, I have to check myself now. Like, no, I ain't doing that. I don't hang, but now I got to the point where I don't hang around nobody but the brothers. Because, you know, that's it, man. That's all that matters to me now. You know, my family, you know, my wife and my kids, of course. But other than that, it's just the brothers. All right? So we have to really separate ourselves from this world, man. We don't have to be liked by everybody, man.
That's right.
All right? You got something, bro?
That's on myself.
This is 1 Peter 2 and 21. For even hereunto were ye called, because Mashiach also suffered for us, leaving us an example that we should follow his steps, man. So the Lord suffered for us, so we should be ready to suffer as much as the Lord suffered, man. He left us these steps. Everybody didn't like Yahawashi. They didn't. They turned them. Look, people turned their back on him.
Sure did.
So you don't have people out here in this world that's gonna turn their back on you.
That's right.
And Yahawashi, he hung out with the sinners.
Yeah.
But he was trying to turn them, he was speaking to them though.
Life into it.
All right? He was speaking to him. He wasn't just hanging around him just to be all buddy, man.
That's right. That's right.
All right? Because what he say? He called the sinners, the sick. Oh, man, what's that scripture? I got to find it.
I got something, man.
Go ahead, bro. Bring it up.
This is Romans chapter 8, verse 16. It says, the Spirit bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahawah. It says, if the children then heirs, heirs of Yahawah, and joint heirs with the Mashiach, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. All right?
So we're gonna be joint heirs with Yahawashi if we follow in his footsteps, man.
Right.
All right, because he was the perfect example on how we should live on this earth, man. He was the perfect example.
That's right.
He set the perfect example, man.
That's right.
All right, he was humble. All right, he stayed in the scriptures. All right, he knew he had a mission and he accomplished his mission. And guess what, man? We as brothers, we got a mission, man. We got to accomplish our mission, and nothing or nobody should deter us from that.
That's right.
Let no man take your crown.
That's right, man. That's the spirit I was just thinking of, man. Go ahead, bro.
It's 18. It says, for I reckon that the sufferings of the present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. All right? So the little suffering we doing now, man, it's not gonna be worthy to even be compared, man. All right? Hey, Yahawashi should lay down his life for us, man.
That's right.
All right? And he went through persecution, man. They beat him, put thorns around his head, man. All right? And we be crying over little stuff, man. We don't got $100 to last us through the week. We think we suffering. You know what I'm saying? Or our wife acting up, on us. We think we suffering, man. All right, the kids acting up. We think we suffering. People on our job talking crap to us. We think we suffering. Right. The Lord really suffered, man. All right, that's why let's go back to it again. The scripture says this is but a light affliction, man. All right, the Lord was really afflicted, man. All right, people stoned him. All right, gave him vinegar to drink, man. All right, we ain't went through nothing like that, man. All right, but we gonna go through some things, man. All right, we got some stuff coming, man. That's why this thing also jump back to what the suffering is. It jump back to having faith, because you gotta have to have faith to go through this suffering and persecution that we finna go through, man.
That's what it's about, man. Having faith, believing in the Lord that He'll bring you out.
That's right, bro.
All right, that's what it's about. At the end of the day, man, you gotta believe and know that the Lord will bring you out, whatever it is or whatever it may be. Because our faith is getting tested right now. So it won't have to get tested later.
That's right.
All right? We're getting tested right now. And the ultimate test of faith is going to be Jacob's trouble, man. The RFID microchip, the mark of the beast. That's going to be the ultimate test. And that's going to really show you where a lot of brothers' faith is at. Because it's easy to say I got faith. All right, but when things are happening, do you really do what kind of? A lot of us be doubtful. We get doubt as soon as stuff start happening. We don't really believe in what we say we believe in, and we have to start building that up, man. We have to start building our faith up. Actually believing in what we're saying, man. Believing in what we're doing, man. All right, go ahead, bro. You got something?
No, y'all can.
I got something. Go ahead, bro.
This is Romans.
Yeah, I do got something. I do get through, bro.
This is Romans 5 and 3.
3 and 4. 3 and 4.
Yes, sir. And not only so, but we glory in tribulations also, knowing that tribulations worketh patience, and patience experience, and experience hope.
And Brother Bruno expounded on that a little earlier. Once you start going through things, you'll be able to handle things a lot of other things a little bit better, man. Because you'll be like, hey, I already been through that. So that's where the experience and wisdom comes in. All right, and now you're able to share it with other brothers. I've been through that, brother. Let me give you an avenue to go to help you through this. All right? And then patience. What did it say after that?
Knowing that tribulation worketh patience, and patience experience, and experience
now patience means suffering.
Yeah. Patience means suffering. So we're going to go through it. At the end of the day, man, we're going to have to suffer. If we want what we want, if we want the kingdom, if we want salvation, we're going to have to suffer. We have to go through to get it, man. Nothing that's handed to us easy. We don't respect things that are just given to us, man. But if you have to work hard for it and really go through it to get your goal accomplished, you'll respect it a whole lot more, man. All right? Go ahead, bro.
This is when bro was talking about how Yahawashi suffered. This is Matthew chapter 27. He said, Matthew 27, I'm going to start at verse 25. Said, then answered all the people and said, his blood be on us and our children. And the people that made this statement was you wicked Negroes, Latino, and Native Americans, you children of Israel. Right. You hated the Lord so bad that you was willing to put a curse on yourself, you and your children. It said, then released he Barabbas unto them, and when he has scourged Yahawashi, he delivered him to be crucified. It said, then the soldiers of the governor took Yahawashi into the common hall, and gathered unto him the whole band of soldiers, and they stripped him, and put on him a scarlet robe. And when they had plaited a crown of thorns, they put it upon his head, and a reed in his right hand, and they bowed the knee before him and mocked him, saying, Hail, King of the Jews. And they spit upon him, and took the reed and smote him on the head. And after they had mocked him, they took the robe off from him, and put his own raiment on him, and led him away to crucify him. And as they came out, they found a man of Cyrene, Simon by name. Him they compelled to bear his cross. And when they were come unto a place called Golgotha, this is to say, a place of a skull, they gave him vinegar to drink, mingled with gall. And when he had tasted thereof, he would not drink. And when they crucified him and parted his garments, casting lots, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by the prophet, they parted my garments among them, and upon my vesture did they cast lots. And sitting him down, they watched him there, and set up over his head his accusation written, This is the Jews, the King of the Jews. Then were there two thieves crucified with him, one on the right hand and another on the left hand. It said, and they that passed by reviled him, wagging their heads, and saying, Thou that destroyest the temple, and buildest it in 3 days, save thyself. If thou be the Son of God, come down from the cross.
Mocking him.
Yep.
Mocking and scoffing, man. They beat him to oblivion, man.
Yep.
To a bloody pulp. All right. Give him vinegar and gall.
Yep.
Put a crown of thorns, or thick, I'm talking about them big, thick thorns.
Look like nails.
Look like nails, kind. Beat him to a bloody pulp, man. And he did this for us. He suffered this for us, for our salvation, man.
That's right.
And some of y'all can't even deal when somebody talk about you.
And he stayed humble the whole time, knowing he was the king, the son of the only begotten son of Yahawashi, man.
That's right.
He stayed humble, didn't say a mumbling word. And like the brother said, sometimes we can't take somebody saying 2 words to us, man. We gotta really check ourselves, man, because that's crazy. How we set up and how emotional that we really are, man. You can't go through nothing, man. All right, brothers got anything else?
Man, Yahawashi was humiliated for our sakes, man. But then brothers get mad because somebody left a dirty cup or a dirty dish in the sink. Brothers get mad because somebody get dirt on their shoes or whatever, man. See what I'm saying? Over petty shit. Excuse my language. But it makes you mad because Yahawashi was humiliated for our sake. And brothers can't even do the work. They can't even go to camp. They can't even come to camp on time. See what I'm saying? Brothers be making all kind of excuses. Brothers be not being honest with other brothers. Brothers be lying on other brothers. You see what I'm saying? Yahawashi suffered a lot for us, and brothers can't even do the basic necessities it take to please Yahawashi, man. Brothers get filled with pride. Brothers want to be tyrants. It's nonsense, man. And Yahawashi was humiliated for us. Humiliated.
That's right.
I can't even sit here and say that I know I could deal with the stuff Yahawashi went. No.
Can't say that.
Because Yahawashi, man, even when you read in other books of the Bible, when Yahawashi was beaten, they whipped him with a cat of what? What was it, cat of nine tails? Something like that. And if you notice ancient instrument, at the end of it, it had razors and thorns and sharp objects where when it hit your flesh, it knocks chunks and patches out your flesh. It don't just scratch you, no, it knock patches out your back, man. And the Lord suffered this for us, man. But we can't even deal with a brother who forgot to bring back a book that he borrowed from us. We get mad at him. That brother ain't right, he ain't bring my book back. He know that was my book. Nonsense, man. And it gotta stop, man. All the nonsense gotta stop, man. We supposed to be a body, a brotherhood. There's no need for all this petty BS that goes on, man. It ought to be, man, it's time out for this, man. We're about to face, we on the, man, World War III is knocking at the door. It's just waiting on somebody to turn the knob and open it, man. We right there. Martial law is about to be implemented. The mark of the beast is about to be implemented. It's right there, man. It's just waiting on somebody to turn that doorknob and open the door, and we right there, and Yahawashi gonna crack the sky, man. At any moment, man. Brothers gotta get their head together, man. I don't want to use the slogan from a page. That's so cliche. Brothers gotta get their spirit together and get themselves in check. They gotta examine themselves, man, for real, man. It's time out for all this petty BS that's going on. Brothers can be so quick to go out there and condemn everybody else, but behind closed doors, they not even handling their business, and they try to sugarcoat it. See what I'm saying? It's time out for that, man. Time out. Brothers, get yourself together, man. The Lord is on his way back to deliver us. You don't want to miss that ride because of your petty BS, man, that you don't want to get right, that you don't want to let go. It's time to move on, man. You got a script? Go ahead, bro.
This is James 1 and 2. My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience.
And if you was being spiritual, you know that we got to go through things. Because the scriptures say we're going to have to go through it, man. So when you're going through it, you got to be like, hey, the water Yahawashi. Even though it might hurt, it might sting, and you might not be in the best spirits. But you still got to know that we gonna go through it, man. And what more to go through it when you got complete solid brothers helping you go through it and helping you get through it, man. All right, so we can suffer this all together, man.
That's right.
We one body, like the bro just brung out. We one body, and if one part of the body is jacked up, it can really affect the whole body, man.
It can.
Have you ever stubbed your toe?
Yep.
Your whole body feel like it's in pain.
It do. Yeah.
That's just how the body works. You can be messed up here, and a brother in California will feel it, or a brother in Holland will feel it, or the brother in Alaska, or the brother in Hawaii, or the brothers in Carolina, New York. You can mess up a brother's life, man, by you not being right. It don't have to be no brother that's right next to you. It could be somebody else, man. We don't want to bring this into this body, man. We got to be right, man, at all times. At all times. Because you're going to make the whole body sick and ill. All right? You got something?
You're right, bro. You know, Well, the scripture I brought out, if you ain't going through nothing, then you need to check yourself too. Because you should be falling to some temptations. You should be suffering at times. Because if you ain't suffering and you ain't falling through no temptations, the Lord ain't dealing with you, honestly.
That's right.
You probably think He dealing with you, but He ain't.
And then also too, anytime you go through something and the Lord allows you to make it out, you should always be thankful to YAHAWAH for teaching you another level of wisdom, for allowing you to make it through this situation so you can be helpful, beneficial to somebody else that may be going through this situation. Because that's really the Lord bringing you on another level. When He's trying you through that fire and you don't freak out and run from the truth, you deal with it head on, putting the Lord first, through your situation. And when He bring you through, always thank Him for allowing me to learn that wisdom, that lesson that you was teaching me. No matter what that situation or that suffering you're going through, I guarantee you it's a lesson for you to learn, man.
That's right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
Say this real quick too before we close out. And yeah, you might be going through stuff too. The Lord gonna put you through tests, but a lot of people also put themselves through a lot of hell. You bring a lot of stuff, unnecessary stuff that make you have hell on yourself that you shouldn't even be having. You gotta remember that too. You gotta be examining yourself that you're not causing hell up on yourself, man.
That's true.
You gotta use wisdom in your daily walk that you're just not making bull crap happen, man. A lot of stuff can be avoided by sitting back, praying, and thinking before it make. That's why the scripture say don't make no rash decisions. All right, because a lot of times we make rash decisions, then we get jacked up and we like, yeah, we like, oh, that was Satan, and no, it really wasn't Satan. It was you, because you didn't take time to use wisdom and talk to the Lord first. You did what you want to do on your time, so the Lord let you go through.
It was Satan, but you allowed Satan the opportunity. Yeah. You opened the door for Satan. You know what I'm saying? You got to go ahead, bro.
What you were saying about the Lord to bring us up out of it. This is Psalms 34 and 19. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all.
Who delivered?
The Lord.
Who?
The Lord.
Yourself.
The Lord.
All right, the Lord brings you out of all of that, not yourself. That's one thing you got to realize too, and it's true. It's the Lord that delivers you, not yourself. You can't even get yourself out of debt with fingerhood. See what I'm saying?
That's why we give all praise, all glory, all honor
to YAHAWAH, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
That's why we salute like this.
That's right, man.
All right? we know who our help is, man.
That's right.
We know who to call on, and we know the proper name to call on.
That's right.
All right? Anybody got anything else? So we might as well say it again.
So with that, hey, go ahead.
We want to give all praise, all glory, and all honor to
YAHAWAH,
Ba'ashem,
Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to our apostles and our elders of Great Millstone, and love and peace and salutations to you, hopeful elect brothers
right.
out here pushing this truth across the four corners of the globe. Shalom.
Shalom.
Bye.